Hi Sag, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I get started with your reading, I want to talk about the astrology that's coming up this month. So we have a new moon in Aries, which is favorable to your sign on April 1st. Venus moves into Pisces on April 6th. Mercury moves into Taurus on the 11th. We have Jupiter and Neptune coming together in Pisces on the 12th. And Jupiter is your ruling planet. Mars moves into Pisces on the 15th. We have a full moon in Libra, which is favorable to your sign, on the 16th. Pluto goes retrograde at the end of the month on the 29th. And then we have a new moon solar eclipse on the 30th of April. And I'll talk about that later in brief and more in depth next month. But in the meantime, let's see what the cards say for Sag. Let's see what the cards say for April 2022. What does Sag need to know about love and relationships for April 2022? What does Sag need to know about love and relationships for April 2022? What does Sag need to know about love and relationships for April 2022? Okay. The Star. The Nine of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords. The Magician. The Hierophant. The King of Cups. The Five of Pentacles. And the card at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see. King of Cups. Okay, so you start out with the Star, crossed by the Nine of Wands. The Star is about a dream or a wish fulfilled. It's like you have this goal, this dream in a relationship, or if you're in a relationship, you know where you want it to go. You know what you want, how you want it to progress, or it may feel like a dream come true. If you're not in a relationship, you're planning, you're visualizing the future, because the Star is about dreams and wishes. And you're working hard to achieve a goal. You got this Nine of Wands here. So I feel like you've been working really hard on your relationships, or even in general in work, because the Nine of Wands is someone who's exhausted. Just you might be juggling a lot of projects because you have this Two of Pentacles here. Maybe you're focusing so much on work, you don't have time for love, or you're having to really make time for love, because the Nine of Wands is like you're almost at the end of the road. You're almost at this star state where you're achieving a long-held goal or a dream in love, in a relationship. And you may feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to get there. I've been working so hard. I've been struggling. Maybe I should just give up. The Nine of Wands. Sometimes when people get to the Nine of Wands stage in a struggle, they feel like, I just can't go anymore. I can't do anymore. I just can't. I'm just exhausted. And that could be in a relationship. It could also be in a work situation. But the Nine is saying, don't give up. You're so close. You just have to give it that one last push. So don't give up on a dream or a goal in love and even in life. You just have to keep... The people who succeed are the people who never give up. A lot of times people who are more talented or have more abilities or whatever, they could easily outperform someone else. But because they give up so easily, they lose out. And then the person who has less winds up winning because they stay in. They endure. They persevere. So the key to love and success in relationships this month is not giving up and keep trying. The other thing that the Nine of Wands could represent is something coming back up around to be revisited. So if you've had some issue with a partner and you thought it was resolved and it was done, it may come back again and you have to defend yourself, or you have to stand your ground and revisit that issue. It could be a love from an ex-lover coming back around, or a relationship you're like, I thought I was done with that relationship and now this person pops up, you know. It could be that scenario too. It could either be like a former problem or issue that the two of you were working on, or it could be someone else that you let go of and it's coming back around for round two. Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an earth sign. I'm also seeing cups. So it could be water. So earth would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Water would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And you even have Taurus here with the Hierophant. But it could be any sign, really. Now, the Queen of Pentacles in the past, this could be your energy, or it could be the person you're involved with. But the Queen of Pentacles is looking for security in love. She's looking for someone, she likes material things, not because she wants to impress people, but because they make her feel safe. Her possessions, she wants a nice house, money in the bank, food on the table. So you could be dealing with someone who's like that, who's kind of a little bit on the materialistic side, but very down to earth. The Taurus, or the Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, they're all very practical. They know how to get things done. They're there, you wouldn't, they're not flighty at all. If you tell someone, if you depend on an earth sign, you can depend on them. They're going to be there. They're not going to just blow you off. Now, you have the Nine of Pentacles here, and you have the Page of Cups. So I feel like you might have recently got a message from someone, a message of love. The Page of Cups can be a message from someone who wants to let you know how they feel. And it could be a message of love. Sometimes the Page of Cups can be a message from a child. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles, and I want to say about the Queen, this could also be your energy, that you're looking for security in love. You're looking for someone that you can go the distance with. You're tired of, fly-by-night romance, or, just like temporary romance. You want a commitment. You want a relationship that lasts. I'm seeing that's what you're really looking for. And you've been busy. I feel like you have been busy working on your material security, working on your job. The Nine of Pentacles can mean wanting to start your own business, wanting to be self-employed, having more freedom to set your own schedule, not working under a micromanager. So you might be focusing on, job, career matters this month with an eye on relationship, where I know what I want, but I still have to take care of these things. I can't get away from work. So maybe you haven't had time for love in the past, but I think that because you might have had some financial problems where you need to work, you need to raise money somehow. But it's not going to be all work and no play in April. You've got the Page of Cups here, which could be, it could be a message, but it could also be the beginning of a new relationship, because pages can represent something new. It's young energy. It's immature energy. So you could be dealing with someone who has immature attitude about love, or it could just be the beginning of a love relationship, and you're just in that tender stage where you're sharing your feelings. You have the Two of Pentacles here with the Seven of Swords. So that could be a little tricky. You could be juggling two things. Maybe you're dating two different people and you're having to juggle your time between the two things. The Seven of Swords, it doesn't always mean cheating, but the Seven of Swords there's a sneaky energy with the Seven of Swords. Like someone has a hidden agenda, or you may feel like someone's trying to take something from you, or someone is taking credit for the work that you do, or someone is saying one thing to your face and another thing behind your back. Like there's a mistrust there. So you need to pay attention with what's going on or what's being said, and make sure that whatever is being said is the real deal. On the other hand, the Seven of Swords could also mean that you're sweeping things under the rug. You're choosing to avoid an issue. You're not looking beneath the surface of something. So like if someone comes to you and they're very romantic and they're promising you everything, you're just enjoying the moment. You don't want to look deeper, but you may need to check things out a little bit more carefully. Because you have the Magician card here. I feel that the Magician is actually a good card, but because it's next to the Seven of Swords, you may be listening to someone sell you a story. You know, the Seven of Swords and the Magician is about the communicator. It's tied to the planet Mercury. It's about communication. It's about messages coming in. This person is very good with words. So whoever you're dealing with, you want to be sure that whatever they're doing, that they're telling you the truth, that they're not manipulating through words. Because of the Seven of Swords. And this may not be for everyone. It might just be for certain people that need to hear it. So if you're negotiating something with somebody, or if someone's giving you a story that seems too good to be true, I would check into it. I would look deeper and find out, more information before you commit. The other meaning to the Magician, which relates to you, it's about manifestation. It's about visualizing a positive outcome and manifesting that outcome, and not getting caught up in negative thinking. Because this is in your negative thinking sector, so you might be looking at the dark side and not wanting to see the light. And that's not typical for Sag, but sometimes you can get cynical, in life. If you've been burned too many times, you could say, somebody could be coming with the truth, and you're like, I don't know if I could trust this person. I want to know more. I want to see more. But the Magician, the main message of the Magician is how to manifest what you want. And the best way to do it is to focus on a positive outcome. See yourself being successful, making money, having love come in, all those things that you really want, getting the commitment, finding that perfect balance between, in your relationship, getting what you deserve. But don't come at it from a needy place. Come at it from a positive place, like thank you, and a place of gratitude. Thank you, universe, for this wonderful relationship. Thank you for this beautiful person that's in my life. And you can manifest it. But I feel like you're with this Nine of Wands energy, that you're too stressed. It's like you have to lighten up a little. Like the goal can be achieved. You can have the goal. But you have to stop struggling. Stop thinking that love is a struggle or relationship is a struggle. In your environment, you have the Hierophant. So you could be dealing with someone who's very conservative, or someone who is a little old-fashioned. You could be dealing with, sometimes the Hierophant represents a Taurus, or someone very stubborn, very set in their ways, not open to change. And that might be a little frustrating. Maybe you want to make some changes and they don't. They're like, no, let's keep things the way they are. So you might have to deal with someone's resistance because they want to do the right. But, the Hierophant is about commitment. It's about following tradition. So maybe you're like, let's elope, or let's, live, just live together. Let's not get married. And this person is, no, they want a commitment. They want a marriage. They want tradition. So that could be an issue. That could be one of the things that you're dealing with. If it's not a person, the Hierophant can mean that you're working at a company that's very rigid, very corporate. It could be government, could be something that's been around for a long time, like an educational institution, a place of learning, or like a government institution where everything is very strict policies. And you may find that a little frustrating because you want to make changes, or you want to offer innovative ideas, but they're not going for it. They want to do things just the way they've always done them. Because you have a lot of creativity with the Magician. In a relationship, though, this person, they want to do the right thing. They want, I feel like they want more of a commitment, more of a traditional partnership, and you may not. You may want more freedom. Now, in your wish fulfillment sector, you have the King of Cups. So this could be someone that you're dealing with. And the King of Cups could be a water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. This person has very deep feelings, very sensitive. They don't know how to express their feelings sometimes. So you may not know exactly how they feel and may keep their feelings hidden. But they care very deeply. And there's someone you can really go to and talk to them, and they really understand you, they hear you. This could be someone you're interested in. And because it's a king, if you're not in a relationship and you're waiting for new love, this could be someone you already know. Because the king is an energy that's already developed. So it's a friendship or person that you know, whereas the page would be something like someone you just met or a new person coming in. But again, the page could be that this person has confessed their feelings to you. They might have said, hey, I really care about you. Let's move this relationship. I want a commitment, or I want to, us to date or exclusively, or I want to take this to another level. And you have to decide what you want to do. You have the Five of Pentacles here. This is kind of weird because the Five of Pentacles is like, it could represent someone who's going through some financial difficulty, someone who feels cut off and from their loved ones, like on the outside looking in, someone who has issues of self-esteem. They don't feel like they have much to offer, or they don't feel good enough. So this could be you, or it could be the person you're dealing with. Maybe they want a commitment, but they feel like they have nothing to offer, or they feel insecure in some way. Or you could be helping someone through a difficult time. Maybe somebody, it could be a child or a partner that's going through some difficult time, and you're focusing on helping them out in some way. With the Nine of Pentacles, though, you're pretty independent, and you like your independence, but this woman, she's enjoying her house, her garden, but she's lonely. So you could be feeling lonely, and if you're not in a relationship, you may really want one. You're looking to connect with someone. And the hawk is here. So this woman's sharp. She's a good communicator. And this hawk can sometimes mean a message is coming. So if you haven't received it yet, it could be on the way. You might hear from someone, and it even could be someone from the past, someone you haven't talked to in a long time, who wants to reconnect. For some of you, I'm getting that feeling. And you might have to decide if you want to, can I trust this person? Because for some of you, it could be someone who's going through a difficult time and they're looking to connect with you because they think you can help them. So you want to make sure that they're on the level, as they say. But for others, it could be someone just wanting to communicate and tell you how they feel. I mean, the star gives hope. So whatever you're dealing with in April, it might be a little bit of a struggle. You might be overwhelmed with work and trying to make decisions, trying to juggle it all. But there is a happy ending because the star says things may not be happening right now, but they will in the future. So don't give up. Don't give up on the dream. It's coming. It just may take a little time before you get there. And you can help it by focusing on a positive outcome, by visualizing things working out the way you want them. And don't let worry and stress get in the way. Don't focus on the worry and the stress. Focus on how can I get to this beautiful place, this positive place, this, raise my vibration so that I'm attracting good things and not worry. So let's see what the angel cards have to say. Let's see what kind of message you can get from the angels. Let's see. Self-criticism. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate toward yourself. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts about you, and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even if at times you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God and divine perfection exists in all things. So maybe it's you're being too self-critical, thinking you're not worthy of this new love, or you have nothing to offer this person. But you do. You have a lot to offer. So if it's you who's thinking negatively, start loving on yourself. Start seeing a positive outcome. Don't be too cynical where you think nothing good is ever going to happen. Start seeing that, yes, I am loved. I am lovable. And I am worthy of love and joy and happiness. And you can start to manifest it. So let's see what the astrology is going to be for you. So you have a new moon in Aries, and it's conjunct Chiron and Mercury. And it's happening in your 5th house. Now the 5th house is the house of children. It's the house of creative self-expression and romance. So you can have a new beginning in all those areas. Maybe if you've had a falling out with a child, maybe you need to talk to them and have a healing conversation. If you're feeling left out or you're feeling wounded in some way, or lonely because you're not connecting with this person, maybe it's time to reach out and have a talk. You also have Saturn, Venus, and Mars in Aquarius in your third house. So that third house is the house of siblings, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, relatives. So it's possible that maybe they don't approve. Like some people in your life do not approve of how you're living, or you might have some conflicts, some hurdles to overcome with people that are immediate family. And I feel that in the past you might have felt like you were stuck between a rock and a hard place, and especially because Venus was in between Saturn and Mars last month, just recently, and so that might have felt you might have felt trapped, like I can't, I have no money, I can't get out, I can't make any changes, I can't do anything because it's like a cold energy when Venus and Saturn come together. You may feel like people don't care about you, or they're not compassionate. Nobody, you just feel lonely. You feel isolated. So that could be you feeling that isolation. But the way out is through communication, having that conversation, talking to that person. You have Venus, you have a positive thing coming up with Jupiter and Neptune in your fourth house of home. That's like a miraculous, when Jupiter and Neptune come together, that's like you have an opportunity. It brings opportunity and luck. Jupiter brings luck wherever it goes. Neptune is like a dream, fulfilling a dream, achieving a goal that you've always wanted to achieve within a family situation or a home situation. So it could be that you move into a better home, or it could be you're healing some issue around family, home and family. The North Node is in your sixth house in Taurus, so security, taking care of your health is important. Watch what you eat. Make sure you're eating the right foods. There could be some health issue with in your families, with maybe relative, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, that you need to talk. It might be like something happens that brings you together, and then you can have this healthy, this healing conversation. I'm not trying to scare anyone. It's not like no one's going to die or anything, but it could be that something, you have this conversation and you're able to do some kind of healing, or you're able to serve them in some way, or get help yourself. So then we have the full moon in Libra, and that's happening in your 11th house, which is the house of friends, groups you belong to, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, and also the sun is in the 5th house. So something is coming to completion around this full moon. You might be finishing up some project. You might be connecting with a new group of friends. You could be, ending with some friendships, starting new friendships. Now, this moon is squaring Pluto in the 2nd house, so there could be some power struggles around money and possessions that have to be resolved, and they could come to a head at this full moon. Saturn is, though, supporting the full moon, and it's in your 3rd house. That's the house of communication. So it's really important this month that you reach out and you open those lines of communication and talk about things. And you might be able to have some healing. You also have Mercury and Uranus in the 6th house coming together. So there could be some developments, unexpected messages coming in that have to do with work if you're working, or it could also be a health issue. Where you get news, and now Mercury and Uranus is sextile Venus in your 4th, so it's going to be a positive message. I don't think it's going to be negative, but it will be a surprise. So maybe you get a call from someone that you weren't expecting to hear from, and you have a talk, and you open up and you heal. So you have to be vulnerable to have healing. You can't be rigid and stubborn. You might be dealing with someone who's rigid and stubborn, who's very conservative, very old-fashioned, not open to change. But if you can try to be loving and compassionate and really drop your guard and just be open to conversation, you could have some kind of healing at this time. Because this new moon it has the potential for healing. And then a new cycle begins because you've healed something from the past. And then I feel like that you could reach some kind of an agreement, or something will come to a head around the full moon, especially with a child or a creative project, or for some a romance. And the new moon usually brings things to the surface. So if you've been hiding how you feel, if someone hasn't been communicating how they feel, they may step up and talk about it. You can talk about it, you can see what's wrong, and then try to heal it in some way. Because you have Venus going through your 4th house at this point. Venus moves from Aquarius into your 4th, so the 3rd to the 4th. And she's also going to be connecting with Jupiter and Neptune at some point this month. And that's positive. That's going to bring positive energy into your home. So maybe you could, you thought you could never heal a rift in a family situation, and suddenly something happens and you're able to do that. Where you feel like there's more love around you. Like the thing that you would imagine, like you thought, like this could never happen, it's impossible. Suddenly things are changing and there's hope. So hold on to this star. I feel like there's hope this month, and there could be a breakthrough, especially with family or children. But you have to have that, you have to have that talk, you have to have that healing. Don't sweep things under the rug. Talk about it. Express how you feel. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, because you are surrounded by family, and you do have people who care about you, and you are worthy of love. So I hope you liked this reading, and if you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment if this resonated with you. Now this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone, but if you'd like a private reading, just specifically on your issue, you can click on the link in the description box and it will take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. So in the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. Those of you who've been watching all along, if you're new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Have a wonderful April, and if you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter, happy Ostara, whatever you're celebrating. Have a wonderful April, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.